go. All right, so we'll start standing. The feet comfortably under the hips, toes pointed forward, right? Lengthening through the spine. And to begin with, to get our breath going and come into our body, we're going to take some breaths as we lift our heels and come up onto the toes. So inhale, lifting up onto the toes and exhaling down with the arms if you'd like. And taking a nice full breath, lifting up and we want to get our breathing going here. Lift up on the inhale, maybe a little higher each time. Lower back down. Good. Last one. See how high you can get up onto the toes. And lower back down. And then we're going to turn our right knee in toward our left and lift it up and circle it around and bring it back. And then turn your left knee in, lift it up. See if I can do that. Circle it around. I can't do it very slowly. Okay, turn the right knee in and circle. Turn the left knee in, lift up and circle. So see if you can do it smoothly and gracefully. Turn the knee in, lift it up. So we turn it out, circle it back around and bring the foot down. Yeah. We kind of move the leg in the hip joint, kind of loosen up our hip joint a little bit. Good. Balance. Okay, when you've got both feet on the ground, we're going to take our hands behind our head, clasp them, and we're going to keep your head lifted, and you're just going to do a little isometric neck release. So you're going to press your head into your hands and your hands into your head and hold. Okay, so inhale, exhale, press, hold. So pressing head into hands, hands into head, looking forward. Good. And then release. And one more time, inhale. And then press head into hands, hands into head as you breathe out. So your head doesn't move, just pressing. Good. And release. Good. Just feel how light your head feels. Bring your arms out from your sides, just kind of in that upside down V. Draw the shoulders down. So feel your shoulder blades kind of draw down your back and pull the chin back toward the spine just a little bit. So where spine is long, take your right ear toward your right shoulder. And just kind of relaxing our head here. Keeping the chin pulling back a little bit toward the spine. So our spine is in alignment. And maybe do a little nod, just a very little nodding up and down of your chin. Little lift and then pull it back. Little movement. Feeling a stretch across the top of our shoulder. Right? And on the left side, neck. All right, and then lifting the head up. Again, pull the chin back toward the spine a bit, and then take your left ear to your left shoulder. So you keep pulling that chin slightly back to lengthen our spine, and then do a little nod of your chin up and down, just a very little nod, and you'll feel such a good stretch through the top of your right shoulder and the side of your neck, scalings, kind of reaching through the fingers. All right, and then go ahead and lift your head up. And then we're going to bring our arms out from our shoulders, and we're going to do a little spiraling. So you're going to take your arms over to one side and spiral back, letting your knees bend. So you're trying to touch the back of your knees, say, right? And then lift up, kind of rainbow our arms over to the other side, bring our hands behind, right around knee area, and lift up and over. So we're just spiraling our body around, forward and back. And each time we go, we might go a little lower. So bending the knees a little more as you spiral back. So getting down into the calf area, eventually down to the ankles. And just breathe. Maybe down to the floor. Spiral, feel that spiral, rainbow up and over. Yeah, so we're bending down to the back. Good, last one. And when you come up, go ahead and let your arms just float down by your side. And then coming up onto your toes of one foot. So pressing into the toes, lifting the heel, and then switch. So we want to do a little, what I call moonwalk, only we're not moving, right? So you're just going to bend the knee, really rolling up all the way onto the toes. Yeah, and letting your hips shift. Right? One leg straight, other leg bent. And feel the hips go side to side. And then turn it into a circle, right? So we're going to circle opposite to where the knee is bent. The hip goes opposite to the bent knee. And bring the hips around to the back to the other side. Don't think about it, just do it. Right, so we're moving all the joints in our feet, our knees, our hips, ankles hopefully are getting a little. And then let's switch. So we go the other direction. I'm getting a lot of cracking in my feet. Good for you. Circle around. All right, and then come center. We're going to come to the end of our mat or wherever you want to be. Roll down. So inhale, letting everything relax, letting our body come forward till our hands come down, and we're just hang here. Maybe you can touch the ground, bending and straightening the knees, relaxing the head and neck, shoulders. And letting the knees be as bent as they need to be, stacking our spine back up, right? So tucking the pelvis under, arms are heavy, and we stack all the way up. And then when we come to the top, we inhale and exhale back down. And letting everything relax as we go down to the mat. And hang. And let's do a little kind of take your hands over to the left and around to the front and over to the right. And back to the front. Just kind of go a little side to side. If you can touch the ground, just walk your hands over. Yeah. Moving the upper half of our body. And then coming to center, walking away from our feet. Fingers spread wide, lift the tailbone. And stretching the heels down. Fully relaxing the head and neck. Just hang. That's comfortable. Just want to get a good stretch in the back of the body, get some blood to our brain and head. That's really good for us. And then we'll take our hands a little farther away, maybe towards a plank, maybe all the way into a plank. Just finding what feels right for you. Take a couple breaths. And we'll lower down to the mat. Bring ourselves onto our back here. You can just bring your feet in close to your hips, arms by your side, and relaxing on the mat. So taking a couple breaths and moving our sacrum, our low back, right? So just letting your back relax and kind of doing a little gentle push-pull with your feet. So as you inhale, gently pulling with the feet, and as you exhale, gently pushing so that you're initiating that movement with your feet. You can totally relax your back. Just take a couple nice deep breaths, letting your back move between that arch and that curl. You can make it as big as you want, right? Just whatever movement feels good to your low back. And the next time we exhale, we're going to continue that curl up into a bridge. So go ahead and peel off the mat and pressing our hips up, relaxing our shoulders. Inhaling here, and then we're just going to stretch the spine down on our exhale, one bone at a time. And relax and inhale. Exhale up again, peel off the ground. Bring your arms over your head, lay them on the floor. Good. Relaxing your arms. And we're going to exhale down one vertebra at a time. Hips come down last. Clasp your hands behind your head. Inhale. Exhale, press head and shoulders up. So we're going to curl up, and then we're going to kind of stretch your upper spine back down, and then bridge up on your exhale. So peel off the mat. And we'll just do this little alternating. So you want to really get some mobility. We want to really articulate our spine down. And then as our hips start to come down, our head and shoulders, and they curl up, right? Upper back. And then we stretch our spine back down, and we curl the bottom half off of the mat. Just thinking of our spine as a wave. Trying to really stretch it back down and then lengthening it up. Imagining some space growing between our vertebra as we do this. Okay, keep going. First the bridge. As we come down from our bridge, hips start to come down, and then we continue that curl with our upper half. And back down. Focusing on that mobility of our spine. Good. Next time you curl up, you're going to lift the head and shoulders. Stay there. Straighten your left leg on the ground and lie your head and shoulders back down. Inhale. Exhale, press up as you lift your left leg. So it's about parallel to the right leg. And inhale it back down as you lie back down. And exhale it up. So lengthening that leg up. Inhaling as you lengthen it back down. And shoulders come down. Exhale up. Inhale back down. Nice deep breath. Exhale up, and then you're going to bend that elbow. Bring that knee, bring it in towards you as you turn, reaching right elbow to left knee, and then stretch it out as you face forward and lower down. Good. Exhale up again, lifting the leg, pull the knee in, turn to the left behind you. Stretch the leg out, face center, lower down. Inhaling at the bottom, exhale, lift, and pull the knee in, rotate. Stretch it back out, and lower down. Good. Exhale up, pull the knee in, rotate left, stretch it back out, and lower down. Bend your knee, bring your foot back. Inhale. Exhale, press up and extend your right leg long. lay back down, inhaling. Exhale up as you lengthen your right leg up and press head and shoulders up. Again, so it's about next to your left leg. Inhale, lie back down. Exhale, lengthen that leg up as you press up. Inhale, back down. Keep going. Exhale up. Supporting our head with our hands. Really try not to tense. Let the neck tense. Good. Exhale up, and then this time bending that right knee, pull it in as you turn to the right, and come center and lower down. Good. Exhale up, bend the knee, pull it in, turn to the right, back to center, extending the leg, lowering down. Keep going. Exhale up, knee pulls in, rotate, extend, and lower down. Exhale up, bend the knee and rotate, and extend and lower down. One more. Extend and lower down, and relax your head and shoulders. Bend your knee to bring your foot back. So your feet are on the mat here. Open the knees, feet together. Let your hips relax here. Let your hips and your legs relax. Inhale. Exhale, press head and shoulders up again. Good. Inhale, lie back down. Good. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lie back down. Good. Exhale, press up and stay there. And we're going to take a side bend. So just take your right elbow toward your right knee and come back to center and sway over to the left, bringing your left elbow toward your left knee, back to center. So side bending, side to side, support the head and neck with your hands. Center and bend to the other side. Keep elbows wide if you can. And then next time we come to center, relax your head and shoulders down. Then extend your arms out from your shoulders, so arms are in T position. Press your hips up off the ground, just float them up a little bit. Take a breath. And lower the hips down. And letting your legs relax here. And then we'll take our right knee up and over to the left leg. And then take your left arm over to your right arm. And open back out. And bring our left leg over to our right leg. Right arm over towards our left arm. So reaching for that left arm. And open back out. And again, right leg over to the left, left arm toward the right. And open out. And left leg over to the right, right arm toward the left. Reach across the body. And open back out. Good. And then lifting our knees, we're going to gently pull our low back into the mat and lift your legs one at a time. Bring the legs together here. Arms are out from our shoulders. And then take your legs over to the left, anchoring your right shoulder. And exhale back to the top. And then bring them over to the right. And exhale back to the top. Your knees can be as close to your body as is comfortable, whatever feels right to you, right? Taking it side to side, legs together. And then we're going to add to that. So from the top here, we're going to take our legs over to the left and straighten the legs, flex the feet, point the toes, lift your right leg, lift your left leg, bend the knees. And take them over to the right. Straighten the legs, flex, point, lift your left leg up, lift your right leg up, and bend the knees. Take them over to the left, straightening the legs, flex, point, lift the right leg, lift the left leg, and bend. Take them over to the right. Straighten those legs, flex, point, lift the left leg up, the right leg up, keep the leg straight, and reach to that right leg. Open your left leg out and down toward the ground, straight out to the side. Remember, if you can't straighten your legs all the way, good, exhale it up. Then you just want to make sure your knees are in line with your hips. Reaching through that left leg, open your right leg out and down. And exhale it up. And again, reach to that right leg, open your left leg all the way, however far it goes toward the ground. And exhale it up. Reach to your left leg, opening your right leg out and down as far as it goes. And exhale it up. And then reach and grab hold behind your right leg, behind your thigh. Stretch your left leg long down the mat. Let it relax as you give this right leg a stretch. Holding on wherever you want or can. Right? And you can move the foot. Flex and point or circle, whatever feels good to you in your foot. Here. All right, and then we're going to slide our left foot along the ground. Bring that leg up, grab hold, stretch your right leg long, and stretch this leg. Again, however feels good to you. Moving our foot. Good, roll through the foot, circle the ankle. Really try to get a good stretch here. And then we're going to go ahead and slide the right foot in, pull that leg up and stretch again. So we'll do like a slow bicycle stretch, right? Give your leg a good stretch and then go ahead and switch to the other one. Give it a good stretch. Alternating. And then when you feel pretty stretched out, you can lift your head and put your hands behind your head, clasping our hands with our head and shoulders lifted. And we're going to go into a nice bicycle stretch here without using our hands, unless you want to continue to use your hands. But if you can, nice big extension, and then really bend. Pull that other leg in and extend. Yeah, nice big bicycle. Try to really get the legs as big as possible, right? But go whatever works for you. And then once we do the splits, we're going to reverse our bicycle, right? So you're bending that top leg in as you lift the bottom leg up, going backwards. Again, try to make it as big as possible, full extension. Good. And then whatever leg comes up, go ahead and bring the other leg up. Relax down and hug your knees and relax your body. Walk around. And maybe taking hold of your knees and circling the legs if you like to kind of just relax and release the hips, right? Little stirs of the knees. All right, and then we'll go ahead and put our feet down, stretch our body long on the ground. So reaching through our hands, arms, reaching through our feet, heels, and do a side to side stretch. Reach and reach. Yeah, lengthening one side and then the other, shifting the hips and shoulders. Good. And then just relax everything. Open the legs a little wider, arms into a V, and take one hand over to the other as we reach across, spiraling our body, keeping our feet flexed. And then coming onto our back and over to the other side, stretch across. The best stretches in the world. And then opening onto our back, we can let our legs bend if we want to bring our feet to the ground, and then curl up, reach, grab hold of the legs if you want, roll up, sitting. And then extending our legs in front of us, lifting our sits bones. And then bringing the pelvis forward, so your knees might be bent. So stretch over the legs, especially in the morning. Your knees can be bent, it's okay. And just do whatever feels good to you here, stretching over our legs. And then we'll bend the knees to bring our legs into a diamond, right? With feet together, so that loose bend. And just start by reaching forward. Let your legs relax, let your hips relax, stretch forward over the body. And then coming up, take a little rotation over to the left and bring your hands in front, head toward your knee, stretching, keeping the hips anchored, right? Keeping the sits bones down. And pressing up and center, a little rotation toward the right, and keeping our sits bones anchored, coming forward toward that knee. And pressing back up to center, and then just unbend your legs so they're in a straddle. Now, it's okay if your knees are bent as much as they need to be so you can sit tall. We're going to bring our arms up over our head. So as bent as the legs need to be here, you're going to hinge forward from the hips. So just kind of lean with your back flat, reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the crown. Right, lengthening, feel like you're lengthening your spine. And then let your spine relax, stack back up to the top. Arms relax too. Bring your arms up and over the head again. And take a little rotation to the left. Very little, very slight rotation. We don't want to move our hips. And flat back forward here, just hinging over that leg. Reaching through the fingertips. And then let your spine and arms relax and stack your spine up and back to center, lifting up nice and tall. Turn to the right and hinge forward. And relaxing everything to stack back up to the top. Good. I know that's hard, isn't it? Your arms over the head. Okay, bring your legs in front of you, straight out in front. We're going to grab hold behind our right thigh with our hands. Inhale tall, and then draw that knee up and exhale, curl back. So you're going to bring your leg with you as you come back to your shoulder blades. Pull that knee in towards your shoulder. Inhale, exhale, pressing your leg into your hands to roll back. See how smoothly we can do that. And switch over to the left leg. I need to come forward a little bit. Inhale tall, exhale, curl the tailbone, rounding back to the shoulder blades. Pull that knee in toward your shoulder. Give it a good stretch. Inhaling, exhale, press leg into hands. Come up. Good. Switch again. Inhale, tall. Exhale, curl the tailbone, round back. Pull it in toward your shoulder. Give it a stretch as you inhale. Exhale, press leg into hands to come up. And switch to the left leg. Inhale, tall. Exhale, round back. Pull that knee in. Inhaling, exhaling. Back up to the top. Good. And then you're going to sit with your legs as straight or as bent as you want them to be. And lift your spine tall and lift your arms up. So we're going to do some roll-ups with our arms lengthening at the top like this, spine lengthening. Inhale. And then bring the arms forward. Exhale, roll back. Take your arms with you. You can sweep them around if you want to come back up. You can let your knees bend, whatever you need to do. But at the top, we're going to reach and lift our spine tall. And then bring the arms forward and exhale back. Right? So see if we can do a couple of those. Again, if you want, you could sweep your arms to help you come up. And lift tall. And reach forward, exhale back. Good. Inhaling and exhaling up. And this time we're going to lift up. Lift tall, reach the arms, stay here, turn to the left, open the arms out from your shoulders, lift back up, come center, turn to the right, open the arms out, lift up, and center, reach forward and roll back. Good. Nice deep breath. Exhale up. Again, one more time. We're going to lift the arms, lift the spine, rotate to the left, open. Lift as we come center, rotate to the right, open. And back to center. Inhale, bring the arms forward. Exhale, roll back. Nice big sweep and exhale up. When you come up, take a stretch over your legs. Go ahead and just stretch forward for the feet. And then we're going to come up and come to our side. So pick a side. And we'll have our legs bent. So that sort of loose bend in the legs, and lay down on your arm. Make sure your torso's in a straight line. Knees are stacked. And we're going to start by lifting the top leg straight up. So you're going to inhale, lift it, exhale, lower it back to your knee, other knee, right? So lining up the knees when we close the legs. And your legs, whatever's comfortable for you in that bend. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Lift. This time when we lower, we're going to stay there. We're going to pull our leg behind us and really pull your knee back, but press your hips forward, right? So you don't want to pull your hips off, but you want to really stretch that leg back. And then we're going to swing it forward and back. So just letting it swing with the knee in the same position, swinging from the hip forward and back. Our hip joint mobile. Next time we take our leg back, we're going to continue into a circle. So you can lift it up, bring it forward, and circle it. Take it back, lift it up, forward, circling the leg as big as it wants to go here. And breathe. Next time we bring it back, we're going to reverse, take it forward and back, up and back. So round forward and up and back. Good. And next time your legs meet, go ahead and relax that leg on top of your bottom leg. Take a rest. And then straighten your top leg down the mat. Reach it back just like we did with our knee bent. So really stretch it back as you try to press your hip forward. Really reach back. Good. And then we're going to kick forward and reach back. Same idea as we did with the bent knee, just big kick and reach. Kick and reach. Inhale and exhale. Next time we kick back, we're going to lift it up and circle it around to the front. And then sweep it back and lift it up, around. Yeah, it's okay if your leg is bent still. It doesn't have to be straight. Next time we go back, reach back and then sweep it forward and lift it up and around. Try to let your neck relax while you're doing this. At least mine tends to tense up if I'm not paying attention. Good. Last one. And then when your leg comes down, go ahead and let it bend and relax on top of your bottom leg. And we're going to do, take our top hand and press it into the ground to push ourselves up and lower down. And push up. And just let your bottom arm slide along the ground. Push up and lower down. And then next time we push up, we'll bring our elbow under us like that. And go ahead and straighten your top leg, pressing our arm into the ground, lifting our rib cage and lift our arm. We're going to lift our hips up. Great. Take a stretch over, rainbowy stretch, and then lift the arm and lower back down. And then again, we're going to lift the ribs, lift the arm, lift the hips. And this time we're going to take this arm and thread it through your other arm, right? And then lift back up and thread it through, round the shoulder and lift back up. And one more time, thread it through and lift up, lower the hips, lower down and come up to mermaid. Half mermaid. And let this arm come up by your ear. Take a side stretch. Yeah. Rotating our chest and looking down toward that leg. Just a little rotation. Get under the shoulder more. And then coming forward, lifting up, bringing arms out. We're going to twist over to this side. Put your hands down onto the ground. Point your chest between your hands and look forward. So sort of arching our back. And then we're going to press and push into the mat to round our back. Press that hip down. And then again, looking forward, arching, and then pressing hands into the ground to round your back. And coming neutral, coming back up and around, face forward. And we'll just take a moment to stretch this leg, this hip. So however you'd like to do that, you want to stack your legs, pull forward. I know some people like to come onto their back or do a sitting figure four, or just hug your knee in. So many ways, as long as you feel a stretch in there, way that works for you. And of course, if you want to do any movement of your neck and head and shoulders, that feels good too, to release. All right, and then we're going to come out and onto our other side. So coming onto our side with the knees in a loose bend, lying on this arm. Again, knees are stacked, torso straight, and start by lifting that top leg straight up and back down a few times. Open the hip, open, close, breathe. Open, close. Time when we close, we're going to pull the leg back as much as we can, pressing your hip forward, pull that knee back. Stretch through the front of the hip and then swing forward and back. Let it swing. Breathe. Good. And then next time we swing back, we can circle it. So take it back and up and around. Swing back and lift and around. However big your leg wants to go. And then we'll reverse. We go back and then swing forward, up and back and around. Really good for our hip joint. Get it moving like this. Next time we go back, we're going to let the leg relax for a moment on top of your bottom leg. Maybe a long moment. No. Stretch that leg long and then reach it back again. Really pull the leg back as you press your hip forward. So we really stretch it back as much as we can and then swing forward and reach back. Yeah, let that leg swing and breathe. Good. And then next time we reach back, circling it up and around. Back and up and around. It's okay if your knee is bent. All right. Next time we reach back, we can reverse our circles. Forward, up, and back. Yeah. Good. And next time that leg goes back, go ahead and let it relax on top of your bottom leg. And we'll use our top arm to push our torso up. Just let your bottom arm slide up and back like that. So just push up and back down. Up and down. Yeah. One arm push up. And next time we push up, let's keep going till our elbow comes under the shoulder. Find your elbow under your shoulder and you might straighten your top leg. Here, lift the rib cage, lift the arm, lift the hips if you can, and just take a big arching stretch. And lift the arm, lower everything back down. And then again, lift the ribs, lift the arm and hip, and stay here. We're going to inhale as we exhale, thread through, and kind of round our shoulder, and then lift back up and thread through as we exhale. And lift up. One more time, thread through. And lift and lower the hips, everything comes down, and we come to our mermaid position, or maybe a half mermaid position, whatever you can do. Take this arm for a side stretch this way. Your arm can be as bent or whatever feels good to your arm and shoulder, but we just want to stretch through the side body here. And then take a little turn to look down so we increase that stretch. Just a little rotation. Back, forward, and up, both arms out. And we rotate over to this side, bring our hands to the mat. And then try to point the chest between the hands. Looking forward, we arch the back. And then we press into the ground and round. Try to press that hip down. And then again, come through into an arch, looking forward, lifting. And then press and round. And coming through center and lifting back up. Good. And we'll take this leg across for a stretch in whatever way feels good to you and works for you. Just hip a little stretch. Doesn't really matter what it is as long as you feel the stretch, right? Might want to move the head and shoulders and the neck around too. Okay, and then we'll bring ourselves around to our all fours. And feel free to grab any padding if you need any under knees or hands. And we're going to just kind of make sure you feel stable, right? You're on your hands and your knees here. And you're going to extend your left leg straight back. So you might want to widen your hands apart a little bit or whatever to feel stable. And we're going to lift that leg up, bend the elbows to draw our head down toward the mat, and then press up as the leg lowers. Right? So wherever your hands need to be here. So lifting the leg, lowering into a push-up, and then pressing back up. It's a seesaw movement. Good. And next time you press up, you can stay there and lift the leg. We're going to take it over to the right and look over your right shoulder, toe on the ground. And then lift it up and take it over to the left, toes down. Look at it with over your left shoulder. So we're following the leg, right? And lift it up, take it over to the right, looking out over your right shoulder. And lift it up, take it to the left shoulder. Feel a little side stretch there. Then behind us, bring the knee down where it started. And then stretch your right leg straight back. You're gonna put your hands wherever they need to be. Lift that leg, bend the elbows, lower down, and press up as the leg lowers. Reminds me of one of those little birds. Remember those old, like they used to have the bird that dips its beak in the water. Remember that thing? I think it's from the 60s or the 70s. I don't even remember what it was, but this is what it reminds me of. Lower and press up. Lower and press up. Good. And the next time we press up, we're going to take that leg, lift it, and take it over to the left. Look over your left shoulder at your foot. And then lift it up and over to the right. Look over the right shoulder. And lift up over to the left, looking over our left shoulder. And lift up and over to the right. Look at your foot. And then we'll bring it behind us, knee to the mat. Stretch back towards your heels. Stretch your arms out in front. And then we're going to lift ourselves up onto our all fours. So where our hands are a little bit farther from us this time out in front. So take them like a couple inches in front of you, a little farther than directly under your shoulders. Curl the tailbone under, rounding our back, pressing hips toward heels. Good. And then lifting back up, and we're going to straighten our legs and come into extension. So you're just going to look forward. Yeah, like an up dog, right? And then come back and rounding our back, press back towards your heels. And pull ourselves up and into extension. Straightening the legs. Forward. And one more time. Round. Stretch back. Good. Up. And extension. Forward. And stay here. Look over your left shoulder if you can. And back to center. Look over to the right. And back to center. And come up. Roll the tailbone round back. Stretch back to your heels for a moment. And then we'll come on to our belly. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. Legs straight back. And we're pressing arms into the mat. Press your front of your pelvis into the ground. And we're just going to do a kick with one foot towards us and extend. Right? So kick, and extend. Kick, and extend. So really stabilizing our body as we kick and reach out. Kick and reach out. Breathe. And when both legs are straight, bend both knees, bring both feet up, and see if you can really press into the ground. Try to bring your feet towards your head and your head towards your feet. think bow pose in yoga, right? Only without using our hands. We're just trying to arch our back. And then go ahead and let your legs come down and relax. We're going to stack our hands, rest our forehead on our hands on the mat. We're going to lift and lower our torso here. So you're just going to keep your head attached to your hands and lift up and lower down. Try to relax your neck, right? So just letting our head relax on our hands as we lift and lower and lift up and lower down and lift up and lower down. However high you go, right? Lift up and lower down. This time we're going to lift up and then extend your arms out from your shoulders, straight out in that T position, and lower down. So arms are out from our shoulders, pressing our hands into the ground. Lift your head and chest up and lift your right arm and your left leg and lower down. And then lift your left arm and your right leg and lower down. So we're alternating opposite arm and leg. Good. Keep going. Just floating off the ground. Lift one arm up and the opposite leg. And breathe. You don't have to be very lifted off the ground, just a little bit. Good. Go ahead and relax down here for a moment. And again, pressing hands into the ground, lift your head and chest up. Float both arms. Point your palms towards your feet. Reach back and see if we can lift a little higher. Reach back. Good. And then bring your arms back out to that T position. Lower down. And again, lift the head and chest. Float the arms. Reach for your feet. Reach back and lift. And then bringing our arms back out to shoulder height. Bend your elbows. Bring your elbows in towards your waist. Hands under the shoulders. And lower down. And then we're just going to press our hands into the ground. Extension. Coming up into swan. And back down. And then again. Lifting up, pressing to the ground. And lower back down. And this time we're going to press up all the way onto our knees and stretch back to our heels. Of course, you all know that you don't have to do the whole thing that we're doing. You can always rest anytime you want, right? Or do only part of it. All right, and then we're going to come around to sitting. And bring the legs into a little straddle here with the knees bent. Hold underneath your thighs. And just start with, just move your shoulders and circle forward, up and back and down, because I'm feeling my shoulders. I think we're all feeling our shoulders. All right, and then go ahead and leave your shoulders down. And with our back flat, we're going to just pull our belly toward the ground, right? So hinge forward. Hold your torso toward the ground so you get a really good stretch in the back of the hips, the sacrum. And go ahead and sit up. If your legs can straighten more, great. Bring your arms out, lifting tall. We anchor our hips. We rotate and stretch across for that opposite foot. Yeah. And lift up and center and rotate and stretch across. Maybe using your back hand if you want to push you. Rotate and reach. And back to center, nice and tall. Rotate and reach. And breathe. And when you're even on both sides, just go to your even on both sides. And come up to center, and then just let your arms float down. Maybe give your shoulders a little movement. Maybe circle your head front so that you can let your neck really let go here. Right. Thank you all for coming.